Sawadika. This is Thailand Today and I am Kusuma Yotasamut. Thailand has recently completed the first draft of the new constitution. The new charter, written by 36 members Constitution Drafting Committee or CDC, has been passed by government and a critical step to moving Thailand out of the political stoppage. One of the most anticipating agenda is the process to obtain the head of the government seat according to the preliminary draft of a new constitution. An unelected individual can become prime minister with 2/3 of parliamentary support during the political emergency, while most of the lawmakers would be appointed rather than elected. The new constitution came out with mixed reviews, especially the permission to allow a non-elected to be appointed as prime minister. For this matter, including other aspects of the new charter, Professor Dr. Krasaya Chanawong, he is the first vice chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee, also the chairman of the subcommission overseeing a constitutional framework, is here with Thailand Today, and we will have him clarify some of the information that may be helpful to better understand the draft constitution. Please welcome Professor Dr. Krasaya Chanawong, first Vice Chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee, and he also Chairman of the subcommittee overseeing the constitutional framework. Sawadika. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Oh, it's a pleasure. So happy to be invited.
Welcome to Thailand today. So first of all, as a Thai, so we know what's going on in our country, and why should we have the constitution? But for the foreign people who watch our program, maybe they would like to know, what is the reason why we have to come to this stage of having the constitution amendment?
For me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I feel honored to be invited to join the Constitution Drafting Committee. I have learned that I'm one of the 5 people appointed or nominated by the government.
Yes.
So it's time for me to share my experiences, and I hope that I'll be beneficial for the drafting committee. Yes.
Yes, sir. But how satisfied are you? It seems that the first draft already passed among you, 36 of you.
Yes.
So how satisfied are you with the draft completion?
Yes, personally, I have to say that I'm happy with the draft. At least in principle and philosophy of what we call democracy.
Yes.
I am a practical man.
Yeah.
I'm not expert in law or constitution.
Yes.
But I'm lucky to have some good experiences in terms of what you say, politician. I was sometime member of parliament.
Yes.
At least elected 4 times already.
4 times, wow.
And 1 time as a, what do you call, National Assembly member.
Yes,
so 5 times in the parliament.
Yes.
And also allow me to say that with the 4 times as a ministers in 4 ministries.
Wow.
So I can look at the politics in terms of my personal experience in terms of more or less pragmatic. So this constitution made up of by the 36 people. I believe that it's more or less like what we call, I myself call it middle path democracy.
Middle path, not yet fully.
Yes, it's something like in Thai, the Machchima Patipatha.
No, central, you walk in the middle, yes. Yeah.
It means also that when we think about democracy, we have to think globally too.
Yes.
But at the same time, when we are going to act on this democracy in our country, we have to act on our local situation. Yes. We are Thai. We are not like England, United States, China, Russia. We are Thai. We also have some special institution, monarchy.
Yes.
We love monarchy. We have also have some Thai tradition and culture. At the same time, our constitution drafting committee try to learn from the past experience of Thai people, Thai politics,
Yes.
and also the national development.
Yes.
We not forget about what we call freedom and fairness in the Thai society. And also we also emphasize about social justice, how to make our law, our constitution, reduce the gap
Yes.
between the rich and the poor,
Oh, this is good.
the rural development and the urban development.
Yes.
Especially I myself, I try to put what we call rural education is the future of Thailand. In the past 20 years, 30 years, we have good development, but it's development or good development for the few or for the cities people.
Yes.
So it's a big gap between the rural area and the urban area. It also lucky for me to understand the meaning of rural development because after graduation from the medical school,
Yes, sir.
I went back to my hometown,
Okay.
Muang Phon,
Okay.
Khon Kaen.
Ah.
So I spent more than 15 years in the local government, so that this constitution have something that satisfy myself and Thai people also. At least in principle, I have to
Yes.
say that I make my own conclusion.
Yes, sir.
This new constitution have at least put on the four pillar.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Yes.
4 pillars
Yes.
of new constitution.
Ah.
The first pillar
Yes.
is about demystification of power. When we see demystification, make
Yes.
it more transparent.
Transparency. Yes.
You see,
needed, yes.
accountable. Secondly, we emphasize about the second pillar is about decentralization, so that we put more power to the local government and local people, local community.
So far wasn't so much dealing with the people.
This is a participation. Not only that we have a good foundation of local government, but we have some what we call some local people to form a local assembly
Okay.
to control or to follow up the development, to make things better.
Yes.
So this is also new that we call reform.
Reform. Yes.
The fourth
The
one,
fourth one,
the
yes.
fourth pillar that is very important, distributions of resources and budget. In the past, when we say something about development, we start from the central development, like a Bangkok, and then to the province, the city, and then to the district, and to the sub-district,
District.
and to the village. Oh, you see, so that the village development and district
Very
development
Yes.
it's far behind the cities. So this time we give more budget to the local government, so that hopefully that the local government will have some more power to think about their own faith,
Yes.
their own future, their own community. It means that in the past, when we say the government will set aside something like a 35% of the budget
Okay.
to the local government for the whole country.
The whole country. Yes.
But in reality, we have only 28 or 27%
Talk about previously.
in the previous
past,
time.
yes.
So now in our constitution, we make it clear
Yes.
that after promulgation of this constitution, we'll give 35%.
Wow.
And also we have more some VAT. You see, some percentage of VAT which is usually will be going to the central government,
Okay.
to the Ministry of Finance.
Yes.
But now in the Constitution, we make clear that it should be some part of that to go to the local government.
Very good.
And at the same time, when we have some local resource use or development, for example, gasoline station, some kind of local resources development with some company contract. It should be some but a tax to go back to the local government, something like that. It means that we put more resources
Yes.
and budget to the local development, rural development. This is what I'm happy with. But at the same time, in our society, Thailand, we may say that we have a good development in terms of the participation of different people. This is a part of what we call democracy.
Democracy.
So that many group of people in Thailand have some different idea.
Yes.
But I myself always believe that different make progress.
That's progress. Exactly.
And also different make education. So that different idea is nothing wrong. But we have to be firm to understand this is Thailand, our country, our culture, and our
Thainess.
environment.
Yes.
And also we have some kind of history, experiences in politics, yes or no,
Yes.
good or bad.
Yes. Like
Now we have to be realistic, be ourselves. And we are not trying to say that who is right and who is wrong in the past. But in our meeting, in our group, we try to think about what is right and what is wrong, so that we try
To go
to
wrong
solve
again.
the wrong one.
Yes. So among these 4 pillars, how long? Which one of it that you took such a long time to discuss and into the materialized about this?
At least we have done the first draft.
Okay.
We are happy with that. And we are also welcome some criticism and some advice, some recommendation. So we are going to start another 2 months to revise,
Yes.
to make it more clearer from maybe 29 of this month and for 60 days, 60 days, so that we may have some closed-door session
Yeah.
to discuss seriously about the change.
Okay.
But in principle, I believe that not much for change in terms of principle.
Yes.
But maybe some detail, we have to accept some recommendation also. At the same time, with the environment, we have to understand that our decision, our constitution drafting committee also believe that it depends on the constitution that we have now, whether you like it or not. But we have to follow that also in the framework, and also government,
Yes.
and also the parliament. So at least we have to listen to many parts
I think so.
of the society.
How to be a good politician?
Very good question. I'm happy to tell you that.
As you are good, you were good.
Yes,
You were good.
I'm lucky also. I have to say that, because by chance, by opportunity, from the year 1973,
Yes.
14 October, something changed. Uprising, student uprising, and then because of the situation, push and pull, so that I come to politics. From that day until today, I have learned a lot, and I can understand Thai politics and Thailand, my country. So that in terms of politics in Thailand, I believe that we come a long way already. So that we have to start from what we have here to go ahead. We cannot go back.
Yes, no more, no back.
We have to go ahead.
So with the new constitution, do you think that this will help to bring a dream politician to the house?
Oh yes, in our constitution, this is the first time that we mention, make it clear that the meaning of good politician or political leadership.
Yeah.
Political leadership both in the local government and the central government.
Yes.
We make it very clear that the meaning of good political leadership is what 1, 2, 3. At the same time, we also...
Can you give sample a few of that?
Yes, something like, yes, honesty.
Honesty, yes.
And also
It's
not
7.
selfish.
Oh.
Do something for common good. I think this is a very good statement. At the same time, we also talking about the good citizen. Good citizen, what should be done? Not only right, human right, or basic human right, but basic responsibility and duty. So this kind of things, it's not new, but anyhow, we have to put it more clearly that from now on, what should be done by the people,
Yes.
for the people, and by the politician, the government, and then local government,
Yes.
local communities.
Community, yes.
So I think I'm doing something like a rural development before. We talk about this many, many years, many decades, that the good development or the good management of the people is top down.
Up from down, yes.
It's also important, but top down now should be less in terms of control.
Yes.
Give only vision and also some strategy, national strategy. And also, not only top down, but also we have to listen to the local people. Give the local people more power, and then they can do something for themselves. This is something like a bottom up. Sometimes we need bottom up and
yes.
top down. But for the time being, because Thailand always recognize also that highly centralized government. So that may be the time that we have to say that it should be decentralization. Decentralization for the power of the people, for the power of local community. Then the central government can have more time to think about big,
Yes. Yes.
and then more agreeable with the globalization.
As you said, that the countryside or the people out of its central area seem to be having less development, many things, and also information. They get little of the information, details of the constitution. How did you to make them the public known about this?
Yeah, that is also very important for our constitution drafting committee. Some people said we should have more public relation or something like that. But anyhow, I believe that the majority of the people, including the mass media, they now understand more and better about our constitution and have a good information and good support. So my judgment, from my personal understanding that we visited many provinces already, I believe that more than 70% of the people who understood about
Yes.
our constitution, they accept that.
Yeah.
Some minor change can be done. Or we can say sometime we will use the English word, I don't know whether it's appropriate or not, that we are now in the state of sharpen the saw.
Yeah, well, it can be done. I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But this is a public. We need the public awareness on this draft. So do you think that this particular change or alteration this time, it can be changed again or what? Or after Yuan left, and this is another worry that layman should think about it.
You may change in the constitution.
Yes, yes. if the new government or new politician would like to change it,
interchangeable.
Is it changeable?
But
yeah?
by this constitution make it more difficult to change.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
with some condition.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, changeable. But anyhow, we need some time to prove that the constitution is useful for the people and be beneficial for the public, for the whole country. So we always recognize the change because the world change every day.
Yeah.
And there are many drivers for change. Population, elderly, technology, many things. So that it should be ready for change. But anyhow, now we have a good idea, good principle, good philosophy, good atmosphere. If we have good support from the people, then the constitution will last long. Because it only show us the principle, the guideline for the national development, for the future of the people.
Yes, sir.
But by law, we can change. We can change. But anyhow, need some time of change for good, for common good. Yeah.
Yes. But let me come back a little bit on the education, since you are so keen on seeing the development of education in the countryside, especially those northeastern part of it. What did you talk about? I mean, to create a new universities or what? What kind of details? Can you go a little bit?
Oh yes,
of that,
very
please?
good question. I loved this question because I'm a medical doctor.
Yes.
But practicing 15 years continuously with the poor people, with the villagers. But at the same time, lucky to be in the university system.
Yes.
I was minister in the university affair or Ministry of Education. But anyhow, I believe that education is first. Education is second. Education is third.
Yes, it's so
I mean,
important.
we still have to emphasize more about education reform.
Yes.
But when we say education reform, I mean we have to use new strategy. At least it's not increased number of the university or school by the government, government school,
Yes.
government sponsor university. We should encourage the private sector to join hand to have some more university, private university, private medical school, private nursing school, something like that. This is, I hope, today when we talk about education in Japan, we always appreciate, we admire them. But at the same time, we have to be realize that 73% of the higher education or university system in Japan belong to the private sector.
Yes.
You see, and
They have
for
better
the what we call kindergarten, 82% of the kindergarten level of education depend on the private sector also. But the elementary school, junior high school and high school, including vocational,
Yes.
it's run by the local government. But the central government doing very less in terms of operation or management about the education. They give power to the local government and the people and the private sector. So if we admire Japan for the success, why not we learn from them?
We learn from them, yes.
So that this is a one way of
Yes.
thinking that reform is possible if we realize and accept that.
Thank you very much, sir. So, so we are lacking in education, like as per some of the statistics that came out. So, for what you said, and you're very hopeful for what you are giving now, and I do hope that please to continue with your
Thank you. Thank you very
work.
much.
So, Thailand today would like to thank Professor Dr. Krasaya Chanawong and for your time to be here, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, thank you very much for watching Thailand today, and see you next time. Then we will say goodbye together, sir. Sawadee ka.